Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by our naming sponsors, Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. And Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. On today's show, we'll talk plenty of sports, Saints, LSU, Nichols, and high school with a live audience full of energy. Other participating corporate sponsors include Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barca Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now from the Eugene J. False and Lorraine False studios in Houma, Louisiana, here's the freaks of football, Bobby, Rich, Mike, Martin, Harry, Stan, and Chuck. It's time for Sports on the Bayou.
Here we go.
All right. Mike Detillier is on special assignment, but look who we got today. The Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. Give it up.
Yes, give it up, Bobby. Yeah.
Rich Marty, who went to the State Penn University, or wait, I had that
And graduated,
I
too,
had
from
that
the
upside
State
down. Penn State University. Hall of Famer Harry McCullough in the house. And Harry, Jasmine Ezel is going to be your guest today.
Oh, Ezel,
The queen
is that Skippy's
of
daughter?
Xavier Pharmacy.
Is that Skippy Ezel's daughter?
Wait, that's Sherry Ezel's daughter.
Bobby, you might want to know she's going to be selling drugs.
And
you might want to know
Skippy
this.
had a little bit to do with it, too, though. We got to give Sherry a little credit every now and then, Skippy, right? She looks a little bit like her mama, huh? All right. All right. I got to take a break or else I'm going to break my own rules. We'll be right back. Sports on the Bayou. Don't go away.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork, attorneys at law. Know your rights. When we come back, who's in the crowd?
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford and Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors, Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
All right, we are back on Sports on the Bayou. Mike's on special assignment, but Harry?
Yeah, he's doing the LSU pregame, so we didn't fire Mike, so don't worry. He's not fired. He's doing the LSU pregame, so.
So I'm getting his salary this week. So, Harry, she makes you really look good.
Damn right she does.
All right. So Jasmine, let's tell us, you got a big victory or a big award. What was it?
So I'm Miss College of Pharmacy at Xavier University of Louisiana. I'm a fourth-year pharmacy student, and I also got my master's in healthcare administration. So I'm about to.
Wow. And I got to be honest, I was meeting with her this morning. I said, please come back to Houma, come back around here. So she's trying to think about that. So Skippy, trying to work her back to home, all right? You don't mind, huh?
Hey, well, you never kick a pharmacist out of town, right? Well, we always need people,
right.
hey, old, young.
I got to stay in the clock, so Harry, we're going to do, who's in the crowd today? We're going to let Jasmine help us. All right.
So first we have Alfred and Associates.
All right. Hey. All right. Name and sponsor.
St. Martin and Burke.
There you go. Name and sponsor. Teddy got his crew out there.
Rouse's, and at the Rouse's table we have my dad, Thomas Skippy Ezel.
Go.
Shout out.
Then we have Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute.
And Stan's going to have a nice segment coming up.
Then we have Jen Gators.
Jen Gators in the house over there. Good deal.
And Crosby Tugs.
Yeah, look, Jen Gators, they're taking both tables today. Thank you all. They're very good for the community, really are. All right?
Barker Honda.
Look at that motley crew.
That's taking a break.
Thank God y'all brought one person over there to make y'all look pretty. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we got Coach Rod representing, because Lester's jet setting, you know. So.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, jet setting.
And South Louisiana Bank.
And we got Explore Home over there. They always in the hunt. All right, you're doing good. Keep on rolling.
Quality Rental Tools.
There we go. Look at Jack back here. Jack was a good athlete in high school. I don't know if y'all realize that. All right.
And Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government.
Look at Roddy LaRue and his crew back over there. Good deal.
Oh, my cousin.
Yeah.
And Terrebonne Parish School District.
There we go. Becky won last week. Spent all the money somewhere. I don't know where she spent it. All right.
Don't worry about us.
Grand Isle Shipyard.
Hey, look at that crew back there.
Mr. Bros in the house.
Explore Houma.
Yeah, and they moved up because we got
Headache and Pain.
Headache and Pain. They're probably off for the holidays. They need a break. Those doctors need a break.
And Retired Coaches and False Family.
Hey, look at Coach Albert, Mr. Donnie back there. And look at my Aunt Miriam who won last week and gave it to my mom. My mom wanted to donate it back. So I hope you win again. This time we'll let you put that cash in your pocket. That was nice of you to do that.
How do we get in that donation circle, though?
Well, just hang around us, partner. You know how to do it. Hey, so Rich, you got some guests here real quick.
I do real quick. I have my oldest son, Patrick, who's been here before, and his two children, Hunter, the youngest at 2.5, and Milo, big Milo, my two grandkids.
Yeah. Rich, your two boys look like twins almost.
They do.
You can tell that's your son.
And I'm not sure they're going to be football players, but they're going to play something.
No,
you're playing lacrosse.
Lacrosse, or he'll put a racket in their hand. Tennis.
They'll play a little soccer, and they do a little.
All right, hold on.
All right,
I got 10 seconds to the break.
Okay.
They will not throw a flag on me while I'm hosting the show today. So we'll be right back to Sports on the Bayou.
Whoa! 1 second.
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
When we come back, Saints Talk. You won't want to miss this. When it comes to marine towing, Crosby Tugs has over 40 years of experience. We have the know-how to safely assist ships into and out of their berths, escort oil tankers quickly and safely, tow ships, respond to fuel spills, and work in extreme conditions. Founded in 1977 by Vinton and Kurt Crosby, we are one of the largest privately owned marine transportation businesses in the industry. If it's on the water, let Crosby be your transporter.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path. On the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
GenGators Power Systems is the area's leading Kohler standby generator solution, specializing in maintenance, repair, and installation on all major brands, from gas to diesel and 2kW to 2000. Home or commercial, our team has you covered. Our factory-certified technicians and installers are highly trained to provide response and repair when you need it the most. We service what we sell, period. Trust the GenGators, where we sink our teeth in the service.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
All right, we are back, and we're going to jump into Saints highlights right now. But, Bobby, before we get into the highlight.
Okay, y'all got to hear this. Okay, y'all can talk a little later. Y'all got to hear this. This is a lot of wisdom that's going to come out of here.
Crowd control. That's a good thing.
Crowd control.
Why is Derek Carr a good option for us? You got to convince me of that, too.
No, Derek Carr is the only option for next year. I'm not talking like 2026 and beyond. One, salary cap. They don't want to eat that money. And then, whether you want to admit this or not, this is actually what happened in games. So it's not my opinion. This has actually happened. You know, the Saints have lost all 6 games without Derek Carr. I don't know. Don't you have to win to have a chance to go to the playoffs? Yep. So we're 0-6. That being Spencer Rattler, Jake Hayner. Now you look at supporting cast, they've struggled. The Saints have averaged 12.8 points a game. What? 12.8 points a game. They've averaged 276 yards per game in those contests with Hayner and Spencer Rattler. They've been outscored by 115 points. Now, when Derek Carr has played, you know, not always all hands on deck. Now, I'm not saying we're winning anything. They're 5-5. So I think even with Derek Carr, we're kind of 9-8, 8-9. Without Derek Carr, no, we amongst the worst. We hanging out with the
do we want to be average?
No, but I'm saying, but who's a better option than Derek Carr? And with Derek Carr, we average, and you know what disappointed us? The damn defense. Yeah. Nobody was hurt on defense while defense sucked. Nobody was hurt. Under Derek Carr, we averaged 24.5 points a game, 350 yards of offense.
I think Gary Quazzo's still available.
I mean, you got to slow your roll.
Darren Rizzi clinched one thing. He ain't going to be the next coach.
No, that was an embarrassment. That was an embarrassment when you look at Green Bay and then what happened with the Raiders. The Raiders ran all over us, and the Raiders were dead last running the football. Come on.
We did get Cam Jordan another sack. That's 124 for his career. Aiden O'Connell, who was, in Missouri a couple of years, or Purdue, wherever he was. Anyway, he played against LSU in a bowl game, but he's allowed the
Spencer Rattler was like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Unbelievable in the first half, and then where was that cat in the second half?
I know we're not great, but he's got no weapons. This is his best weapon.
He's got no line. You know, that's never good when you got to run trick plays to beat people.
I know, but
we're good at the trick plays, but how many trick plays can you run to win?
Hey, man, you know this. You don't have that. You lose confidence in offensive line. You start getting jittery feet. I don't care who you are.
Right.
I mean, Rattler's they get hammered. They get nobody up front blocking.
There's Terrence Marshall, former LSU.
He still hasn't won a game. The last time a rookie won a game with the Saints, it wasn't Danny Werfel. Now think about this. It was Dave Wilson, 1981.
Wow.
It's me, Dave Wilson.
You really hurt us. You hurt us.
I played with Dave Wilson. I know that
quarterback
name.
won a game.
I know that name. Is he still alive? Yes. I mean, he's a California.
There's Clyde Edwards-Helaire actually had a pass there. His first game with the Saints. Actually, your boy got hurt again, so he's out. He was out.
Oh, KJ Miller?
Yeah, so he was out.
He's a
and then they take the lead right here on a touchdown pass, O'Connell, after he went to Brock Bowers, who what a year.
Now, Brock Bowers is a freaking stud.
Yeah. So he broke Mike Ditka's records and a bunch of other records as well. Later on in the game here, they're going for it, but the Saints stop them. But then they don't stop him here. There's Bowers again running. If he don't trip, he might score right there.
He's a beast.
16-10. They held him to a field goal. So Saints still in it. Rattler's just looking for somebody to throw it to.
He can't throw it.
That was a bad pass.
It's got to be a catchable ball.
Yeah. No, that's what Drew Brees always did. Drew Brees. Everybody want to run Drew Brees out of town. You better watch what you wish for.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's Bowers again.
Hey, we need a running back. Gerald White's in the audience. He could probably still run the ball.
That might be. It might be. We might be seeing the last of a lot of these guys on defense. These older guys.
You look at O'Connell. We put O'Connell
for the
Pro Bowl.
touchdown.
The Raiders.
The Trey Tucker for the touchdown. And when they were up by like 6, we were like, we can't catch them. This offense can't catch them. So, again, another interception at the end of the game.
Just watching the quarterback's eyes and you forcing it.
But we're talking about the Raiders.
They got no chance.
No, and the Raiders are sorry like the Giants.
I know. That's depressing.
So back-to-back games, we get shut out of Green Bay for the first shutout of the year, and then they lose 15 to a 2-win team.
Okay, now think about this. So the Raiders were dead last running the football. They used a 10-year NFL running back, Abdullah, not Abdullah the tent maker. Now, Abdullah, I don't know this. Amir Abdullah, he might be from Syria. I don't know. He comes on board. He rushes for a career high 115 yards. That was the first time he ever ran for 100 yards in his career.
If he's in Syria, he's dead.
All season. I don't think they ran all season.
Look, the Raiders were averaging 77.5 yards a game. They get 158. They had, over that number, they had 81 yards by halftime. The bottom line is, I don't know who we drafted in like 9th or 10th would come about. We got to get some meat in the middle. Because when you're giving up 5 yards a run, what do you think? The worst teams think they can run against.
They haven't tackled all year long. They really have not tackled.
They're just a bad football team. We're going to go from scratch. We got to build it up again.
It ain't no tweaking. It ain't no tweaking. We got to
start over.
We got to start over.
Younger, right? And they got to get guys that stay on the field. Both franchises in New Orleans got to start.
We might have to suck for a couple of years. I don't know if we're patient enough who that nation.
All right, guys. We're going to be right back. More Sports on the Bayou after a short break.
3, 2.
Don't go away. Harry McCullough talks Nicholls State and also a feature of the week.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
All right, we are back. Sports on the Bayou, and we're going to talk with Harry first. He's going to initiate this, but we need a coach. Let me make a suggestion. Let's show Coach Albert. Let Coach Albert back there. Bring that guy on as a consultant. Everywhere he goes,
he wins.
Won. Whatever he did.
Well,
just win, baby.
You just win. Like you got to be a consultant, a great hire.
So, Harry, let me ask you.
A lot of wisdom.
I mean, we need a coach that can hold the team together, but somebody got a little moxie with him.
Well, that's the deal. So we're going to talk coach's search in this segment. And what you're going to do, you're going to a hot assistant or you're going to try it and true the old guys. I mean, the Saints have tried both over the years, and one's been a lot more successful than the other. So you go back to Tom Fears and Hank Stram, Mike Ditka, Bum Phillips, all of those guys had done it before and they brought them in. So if you're going to do that, Mike Vrabel's out there, Pete Carroll's out there, Mike McCarthy might be out there, John Gruden. So those would be the names, those kind of guys. Or the hot assistant, because we've done that before. Jim Moore, Sean Payton,
Jim's 85
Haslett
years old.
Or the guy. So that would be Aaron Glenn is like the hot name, the DC for the Lions. Ben Johnson, the OC with the Lions. Joe Brady has Saints ties. He's the OC with the Bills. They got the second highest offense. Or maybe Kirby Smart.
So get a
somebody that
get
out
a
of college.
disciple.
Although those guys are making so much
Look
money.
what Parcells put out there in the NFL. Look at all these other coaches.
So where would y'all go with a young guy or a new guy?
Well,
or an old guy?
The only thing I like, Coach, don't we like Dan Campbell, the Lions coach? He said, bite their kneecaps. And everybody was mocking him. They ain't mocking the Lions anymore because the football is football. You're winning in the trenches. But the problem is Mike Vrabel, look, he won Super Bowls with the Patriots. If you look at the Titans, how successful he was, they were number one seed. We took the Titans to the playoffs. The Titans are sorry right now. But the problem is when you're a hot commodity, and the same thing with Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator with the Lions, they're going to have choices. 6, 7, 8 coaches get fired every year. Well, you know what? Out of all those teams that are looking for new coaches, the Saints are not number one. Like, look at Vrabel. Okay, I could go maybe to the Bears. So what?
Go to Vegas.
The Vegas, go to the Raiders. They look at different scenarios where the Saints might be 7 or 8. So I don't know if we're going to have to settle who's going to be the head coach. We're not like, oh, everybody wants to coach the Saints. It's not like post Sean Payton.
So what kind of guy are you looking for as a Saints?
I would
you
say
looking for a defensive guy?
No.
Offensive guy?
Offensive guy.
Somebody who will hold the players accountable and is not scared to get in their grill if he has to.
Well, like a Dan Campbell, Coach Vrabel's like that.
Gruden was like that.
Gruden, but the don't
that's
think with
all old
Gruden.
guys.
The good thing Trump won. Let me tell you this: Trump won the presidency. Let me tell you, Abraham, what are you talking about? What does that have to do with it? Let me tell you. If Trump wouldn't have won, all this woke culture, it would not have worked to hire John Gruden as the head coach. Because they would bring up his emails and what all happened with Washington and all that. Where now that might not be an issue. That's why Coach Gruden, that's why he's not back in the league, because that's what occurred.
Hey,
I'm just telling you what happened.
Because the players backed him up.
Yes.
Let me throw a name out there that everybody knows. But it probably wouldn't be for the head coaching job. It'd be more for Mickey Loomis' job. What about bringing Drew Brees in to be part of the organization?
We're gonna add a minute.
Let him hire the next coach. Kind of like they did with Elway and those kind of guys.
Drew Brees is not there yet. He wants to coach his kids. I'm telling you, he got so many kids, he wants to be involved in their life. That's the problem.
How many times are you going to get an opportunity to be the president of a team?
He still thinks he might be able to do it.
Although I don't know if Dennis Lautcher or Mickey Loomis is ready to move out of the way and let him do that.
No, the bottom line is, who's a sorry owner is Woody Johnson. For the Jets, well, he was an ambassador to England. He got appointed. So why not make Mickey Loomis an ambassador to the Saints? Come on, you can't. You got to check your ego at the door. Let him go to the owners' meetings. He could be a figurehead. They did that with Mr. McKay with the Falcons. He was running the team. They weren't going anywhere. So now he is like the liaison. I like that French word, liaison. But when you look at Coach McKay, the Home Depot guy, the owner, Home Depot.
How about Elon Musk? What I'm talking about?
Arthur Blank. Oh, that's what McKay does. So why not Mickey Loomis do that with Ms. Gale?
But one of the things you got to consider, though,
flags ready.
You got to consider. I think the clock's running on the ownership of the Saints. Obviously. So what? I mean, if
why
you're a
is
coach
ownership running? If I own the team, nobody gonna tell me what the hell I'm doing.
No. I'm just saying, who's going to own it in 3 years or 4 years? Will Gale still be there owning that team?
All right, good point. We'll be right back.
I don't think she's going to die.
Right after the break, it's LSU time. Stick around. It's getting good.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
The farther I went, the more people I seen, all my heroes, Staubach, Drew Pearson, Terry Bradshaw. I kicked the extra point. I kicked off. I ran punch back. I ran kicks back. I played safety. When I met Martin Falls, it was called Park. He was playing with the Rebels, and I was playing with the Tigers. those teams back then was like, whoa, you know? In fact, we played against each other through our whole career, and we're the best of friends still today. They still can pull Skippy Ezel up and recall his past, what he did in life. I wish I'd had HTV to support me when I was in South Turbo.
Ezel throws a great pass. It was one-on-one coverage. And Jerry Gordon, with his great speed, it's very hard to cover one-on-one.
I want to thank HTV for keeping Skippy Ezel in the lights.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
All right, we're back to Sports on the Bayou. Obviously, we're taping this program before LSU is playing. You would think they would have called us and seen when we were going to do this program.
They're playing Baylor.
I guess it don't work like that. So let's talk about LSU in the portal. Because isn't that dominate, Rich? And by the way, your team plays tonight, Penn State.
They play Boise State, who they should handle. I mean, Boise State's got a hell of a running back. It's unbelievable. Maybe the best in the country.
Well, he's getting ready to break Barry Sanders' record. I think y'all heard of Barry Sanders,
run.
right?
Yeah.
So we'll give him 100 yards tonight, but I think we should win.
Isn't it good for you that you even in this talk at this time of the year? Because you haven't been in the last few years. Now they're relevant.
Well, they are, and we just got to go back to, my feeling about Penn State. I wish Franklin would win a big game, and he's done a phenomenal job. They really have. To keep the kids that they have, of course, it's costing them a ton of money. I don't know if we talked about it last week. Aller, the current quarterback, in order to keep him for next year, you know what they had to pay? $2 million. It's absurd, absolutely absurd, but they're keeping them together. And they got to do like everybody else. They got to raise a ton of money up there.
Yeah, but Tulane's making more money than that, huh?
Well, I don't know. Some of those guys, but still,
not that quarterback.
But Al not a first-round pick right now. I don't think. Now, physically, he might be. I think another year is going to have to serve him well. But I think Penn State's got a good defense. I think that Franklin's done a great job with some of that. He needs some. I think a lot of teams, and Bobby and I talked about this. They need some administrative help. They need a financial cap guy.
Yeah.
It's a business now. They need an NFL capologist.
It's like pros, whether you want to admit that in college. I'm telling you, that's
Bobby, on your talk shows, that's all they want to talk about is the portal.
Oh, portal. Then Texas Bowl. We're not in the playoffs. That's all they worried about. But the one thing what Rich is saying about Penn State, LSU would like to be this. Because you look, it could maybe expand 12 to 16 teams, but at 12 teams. The one thing, now, used to be the playoffs is the top four. Penn State would be in the playoffs like for a decade. Every year. That's how relevant Penn State has been. But now to be in the top four, so that's where they're at. And so, but you got to win something. You eventually have to win something, not just compete and we amongst the top teams. But right now with LSU, let me tell you, we need to be bitching. And I'm telling you, next year, you got to hold the coaches' feet to the fire. We're not in the postseason. It's unacceptable. It's a tough love, whatever.
What do you mean next year? I've been bitching all year.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so now you got 2 strikes. We don't have 3 strikes. What are you going to do next year? Coach Kelly got a lot of pressure. Yeah, it'd be like, okay, we can't be in the top 12. Hello,
well,
come on.
What a lot of people don't realize, it's tremendous when it comes to recruiting. These kids want to go to a winning team, right? How much easier is to recruit when you're in the playoffs?
The portal NIL when like Skippy was playing. Of course, no Skippy. He wouldn't
have got a millionaire leaving South Terrebonne.
He wouldn't have left Eddie Robinson.
I don't believe that.
Well, there's a lot of
you don't think Skippy? Come on.
He loved Coach Robinson.
Okay, he can love Coach Robinson. I said, Skippy, what in the hell are you doing? But if you can get ahead in life and you're 17, 18 years old and you could be a millionaire.
He loved Coach Robinson until they'd offered him $2.5 million to go to another school, right?
The perfect thing is like Underwood. You look at the Michigan quarterback. Oh, how can he be disloyal to LSU? Think about this. Okay, if LSU's going to, I'm just going to throw a number out there. So let's say LSU's going to give him $6 million. That's a lot of money. You're 17 years of age. And then Michigan, and all of a sudden, the Oracle guy,
Larry Ellison.
Yeah, I'm going to give you like $12 million. And he lives 30 miles from Ann Arbor. That's like from Tangipahoa, Mandeville to Baton Rouge. Why would he leave Michigan and his parents? You might say, oh, I would never do that. Well, that ain't your kid. That ain't your kid. You ain't in that situation. You're trying to get ahead in life. Why do you go to college? To get a good job, right? To get ahead in life. So everybody wants to poo-poo Underwood going to Michigan. He might suck. I don't know what he's going to do. At Michigan, he's 17 years of age. But he got to take advantage of that. Come on. Now, y'all, I think we're all capitalists here.
LSU spent a lot of money to that Underwood money on a bunch of dudes. They had like 15 guys that come in from trans.
No, you got to keep up with the Joneses. How many times you hear that your neighbors? Oh, look, the neighbor fixed up their yard. They got a garden of the month, a yard of the month. Oh, we got to plant better flowers and all. We got to keep up with our neighbors. We got to look good in our neighborhood.
It's falling into place, just like Burrow, his second year with LSU, just like Daniels, his second year with LSU as a starter. This is going to be Nuss's second year as a starter.
That's why, listen, LSU fans, don't be a hypocrite. Now think about the greatest seasons we've had. Think about how Joe Burrow's from Louisiana. No, where he's from, Ohio. He's playing with the Bengals. Okay, now think about that. Okay, Jane Daniels, wasn't he at Arizona State?
California.
So what? Look what Jane Daniels and Joe Burrow meant to the LSU program. So that's why I'm saying don't poo-poo that. Just got to make the right decisions. You got to get the right players.
Absolutely. So the rest of the league, okay, Texas can play Arizona State. Ohio State's going to play Oregon. Notre Dame's going to play Georgia, who lost their quarterback. One player. This guy, Scatterboo, that plays for Arizona State. If you have seen Arizona State play this year, their running back Scatterboo is the best player.
That's the greatest name ever.
Football.
How many Scatterboos you know? I mean, ain't nobody knows Scatterboos on the Bayou. When I heard that last name, I go, man, I like that dude, Scatterboo.
There was an old game called Scaramouche.
Scatterboo is the best player in college football.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, just his last name's intriguing.
Right. And that's a great segue to the break that we're about to take. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
We're going to
take a short break. I know y'all dying to throw the flags, but it might be next week.
You got 3 seconds.
Right after a short break, Stan Gravois in his Prep Football Roundup.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin & Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin & Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin & Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by St. Martin & Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
Welcome back to Sports on the Bayou. It is my pleasure to have here with me Coach Don Rodriguez. Coach Rod is instrumental as an advocate for high school sports in our area, and he is part of the Louisiana Football Coaches Association, and they got together. And actually voted on all-state teams just recently. Your role with everything, Coach Rod?
I really recruited all the guys who would vote from each district. You got to understand, in the state of Louisiana, we have single A, double A, 3A, 4, 5. We have 10 districts from each class. So I had to get 50 coaches to come to the Dome in New Orleans and vote, and we voted in between games. And I started week 5 of the season texting, calling all the guys. And I know we have 305 football playing schools in the state of Louisiana. I probably have 300 of the high school coaches in my cell phone that I can dial up each each one of them, text them.
And you ask who could play and who can, okay, who you have, who we need to recognize, right? Is that kind of?
What's that now?
Like who we got to recognize when you communicate with the coaches? Is that?
I usually I usually get in touch with the head coaches.
Right.
But I got a lot of buddies that are assistant coaches, offensive coordinators.
Okay.
And I'll work through them.
But doesn't that take the politics out of it too? Because back in the day, it's like who you know, but you keep it to how you perform and what your stats are and how you play the game.
Yeah, to be the All-State.
Right.
And trying to coordinate or get every single A. Now, the hardest group to get is the single A coaches. In Houma, we have 2 single A schools. In Lafourche Parish, we have none. St. Mary Parish, we've got 2. No, 1. New Iberia Parish, we've got 1. We don't have many single A teams in the state of Louisiana.
So trying to coordinate.
South of Alexandria. Most of the single A schools are north of
Okay.
Yeah.
north of Alexandria.
And Stan, you have a list, huh?
Yeah, we do have a list. Let's get to that list, actually. And this shows the Louisiana Football Coaches Association and the Louisiana Sports Writers Association. There are 2 teams. Pretty much like in the NCAA, you want to be a consensus All-American. Here's how it panned out. For example, and I'll let y'all just sort of read this. You have Orion Mosley from Terrebonne High. He was an honorable mention, but Coach Rod and those guys with the Louisiana Football Coaches Association, but with the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, he was first team. So you can see Terrebonne's got a number of kids on there. And if we could go to the next graphic, you have a couple of more kids from the area. And actually that middle one, I'm going to single out in just a little while after we look at all of those boards, Malik Miles, because he's actually sitting here with us today. So let's move on. We're going to get to the 4A team, lots of kids from the area, but I do want to single out 3 of the consensus All-State members. Charlie Dietrich, only a junior, first team on both of those, and that's pretty impressive.
Yes,
when
stats.
Yes.
Because what you have to understand, when I'm voting, if I play in South Louisiana and they got a kid from North Louisiana, the only way, if I played against him in the playoffs, then I would look at film on it. All right. Now, when we do this, when we put their names down, the head coaches give us all that stat. A running back is pretty easy. An offensive lineman is tough to get stats on an offense.
Yeah, so you said like Dietrich, he must have been a tackling machine. I don't even know how many tackles he had.
He's a bull in a china cabinet.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, all right.
Well, so is Paul Boudreaux, for that matter. That kid's around the football.
From Vanderbilt?
When you
Oh,
get to
man.
Jalen Coleman and Paul Boudreaux and Tommy Bauer, I mean, they made first team on 1 of the All-State teams and second on the
Where's Bauer going? Did he sign?
I haven't heard.
No, he hasn't as of yet.
Okay, all right.
And let's get
Well, Nichols better keep him home.
a lot more from 4A. As a matter of fact, they'll get a built-in television station if they get Tommy Bauer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
With that.
Talked to him yesterday. That's a good guy.
Have all of these kids. Jace Williams, actually from Assumption's first team with the Sports Writers Association. A lot of good names on there. Let's keep that rolling if we can. And then you will notice another set of guys who these are all honorable mention. Moving on to
Well, look at it this way. Hold on. You can't.
Look at the underclass.
I saw Terrence Petrie, sophomore from South Lafourche.
He's a player.
You know what? That might be blood. My grandma was a Petrie.
Yeah.
Well,
Of course.
Everybody related.
You know what? I see that. South Lafourche. Terrence Petrie. We might be related on my grandma's side.
I will tell you this about Terrence. He's actually a better basketball player than he is.
Well, I like basketball better than football because you don't get beat up. Skip, you know, you love Oak Lawn and all that. We love playing basketball.
It's a good list. It's a good list.
Let's go to single A. In single A, Jesse Turner. Big shout out to Jesse. Jesse is the coach of the year for the Sports Writers Association. Cabrin Williams actually is on second team with the coaches, first team with the sports writers. So you actually have a pretty good group there. And I think we have one more board. We want to make sure that we congratulate those kids. If you guys could flip it over. There we go. Again, a bunch of honorable mentions, but we did want to take the time and thank Coach for what he does with that and getting those kids. I mentioned Malik. Malik Miles is actually sitting with us here in the audience. And
is at the Rouse's table just for the crew?
Heck of a running back.
He looks like a stud. I'm just looking at him on the hoof here.
Malik,
there got to be him.
Pan right a little bit. There you
where
go.
you're going to go, baby? Very good. He's going up to Pineville to play for Louisiana.
Yeah, and Pineville right out of Alexandria. Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this about Malik. He's the one running back when I was sitting out there thinking to myself, if I'm a linebacker, I don't want to get in the gap and take that guy on. That was Malik. Malik will run you over, run around you, do whatever it takes. Really good running back. And actually, that table's got some players now. When you talk about Gerald White sitting over there who played over at Grambling after, and then Clyde Washington who played at UL.
I heard of those names.
Clyde can still play. Look at the arms on him.
Administrator
and Skippy could, yeah.
And ex-HL Bourgeois coach right here.
But you know,
by the way, y'all got to see this. So we found this thanks to his son, Donald Paul. Put that graphic up.
Wow.
How many, I love history, obviously, of our area. How many set of brothers have all played at the collegiate level like the Rodriguez brothers? So introduce everybody who's up
Number
there.
30 is Perry, the oldest one. He scored his first college touchdown at Southeastern when he was 16. And the story behind that, he went to
college at 16? What?
All right. He went to a school, one-room schoolhouse. He was first grade. Some kind of way he ended up in second grade. He graduated from high school, and the school is still standing.
But that's not the uniform.
Well, that's an HL Bourgeois. The white shoes, that's HL. I was coaching at HL. That's HL Bourgeois shoes, and that's number 30 from HL Bourgeois. My brother Ruffin, 51, played at LSU. Went to the Saints training camp in California. My next brother, 40, my brother Barris, was born with one kidney. Went to LSU, was playing. They found out he had one kidney. The NCAA won't let him play with one kidney. And I'm number 32 and number 62. My brother GA.
McNeese State.
McNeese. And my brother GA went to UL.
So, hey, so the name Rodriguez, I'm always intrigued. Is that Lino's Canary Islands? I think it's Spanish, right?
Portugal. We came from Portugal.
Oh, Portuguese. Oh, shows you we're a melting pot on the bayou.
All right. Good job, Coach. We appreciate it. Good job, Stan. We'll be back. Don't go away. It's raining yellow over here.
You don't want those arms to get rough.
Coming up, Chuck Bork or his sit-in will be here for What's Up, Chuck?
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish. We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Sports on the Bayou is also brought to you by our corporate sponsors. Terrebonne General Community Sports Institute, Gen Gators Power Systems, South Louisiana Bank, Quality Rental Tools, Barker Honda, Crosby Tugs. Now, back to Sports on the Bayou.
All right, we are back, and Chuck, of course, is on, I guess, extended leave. He's got a busy schedule.
Yeah.
So Malik's going to ask a question. We thought it would be good to have a high school player who's going up in the rank ask two professional guys a question, because you may want to be at their level one day. So go ahead. You ask them anything you want.
When you first got to college, how was your experience like? What was you?
My experience, I went to Natchitoches from cutoff, and then they didn't have I-49. I mean, and when they recruited me, I never forget this. Joe Ferguson, Buffalo Bills, they picked me up at the Houma airport. And they flew me up there. I go, oh, Natchitoches is not that far until I actually drove and went on Highway 1. I go, man, it's like 5.5, 6 hours to get up there. I never forget, I was homesick. I'm like, man, my dad and all left, man, I started crying. I'm like, what? I'm by myself with all these rednecks up here in North Louisiana. But I looked at it, it was like I'm away from home, and I have to grow as a man. And so it took advantage of opportunity. The one thing I always thought, now, I still think you got to do well in school. Because my dad always emphasized that. My dad was the first one to go to college, became a civil engineer at LSU. He was a senior. I was born in Baton Rouge. But my dad says, you know what, I'm glad you can play football, can do different things, but you have to do good in school. Don't blow off in school, because everybody wants to play in the NFL and do all that. But, you know, that's like pie in the sky. You got to have a foundation. So I would tell you that don't blow off your schoolwork, do well in school, and then if you have success in Pineville, I know it used to be Louisiana College, right. Now Louisiana Christian. So if you have success there, I'm sure somebody will try and steal you away from there, because now with the name, image, and likeness and all that. But all you have to do is just be an outstanding citizen, honor your parents, and make them proud. Do well in school, and then everything will take care of itself.
Wait a second. Back up. Were you an outstanding citizen back then?
No, but I didn't get in trouble. No.
You didn't get caught. You didn't get caught.
Well, yeah, if you're not arrested, you're not getting caught.
We're all in the same boat. They didn't have phones back then. Let me tell you, I did some things I don't want to be proud of.
You have a lot more pressure on you than we did.
Rich, you came
like
from
when
a
the
tough
coach on, I was thinking like,
pardon me?
I'm so glad they didn't have cell
Italian
phones.
family.
From a tough Italian? Oh, yeah. No, Mom and Dad was so proud of me. I mean, I actually went to a junior college because I hated school. But I did have a 69 average in high school. I mean, it was just barely passing by 4 points. But I wasn't a good student. I wanted to go into service, believe it or not. And junior college called me up, local on Long Island, Nassau Community College. And I played lacrosse and football there. And then I was on my way to North Carolina. I signed a letter of intent to play at the University of North Carolina lacrosse. And I was
He was
going
an
to walk out.
All-American lacrosse player. People don't realize that.
Mm-hmm. I thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. This is the only time I can say I am here and Bobby is there in lacrosse. That's the only, because he doesn't know which end of the stick to hold, but I'll teach him that. So anyway, when I got to North Carolina, I wanted to walk on. The coach wasn't warm and fuzzy, and then I got a call from my junior college coach, who was a grad assistant at Penn State prior. They said, Joe retired, graduated 4 wide receivers. You have anybody that can catch the ball? My coach said, yeah, Marty. No film, no nothing. I mean, God was watching over me. People were watching me. I was very, very fortunate to go to Penn State and play.
The moral of the story is hit the books.
Hit the books. That's exactly right.
Hit the books and take advantage of your opportunity. You know, don't say like, oh, the coach is mean to me, or they're not giving me a chance and all that. Believe in yourself.
Hang tough.
And just hang tough. You got to handle adversity. That's how I would tell young kids today.
That's a great point.
How do you handle adversity? Things aren't always going to work out your way. So what? There's nothing new under the sun. We've had adversity through the years. And so, I had a bad day today. So what? The sun's going to rise tomorrow. How are you going to accept the challenges for tomorrow?
We call that life.
Yeah.
And today the kids don't have the coping skills because we let everything slide. There's no accountability.
Yeah. Be accountable to yourself.
You learn how to cope with the ups and downs, because that's the name of football.
Good
And that's
advice
life.
from 2 professionals up here. We'll be right back. Don't go
And the
away.
thing is, you can play video.
Don't fall asleep now, because when we come back, I'll give away an award to someone who's in the audience on my Stay to Play segment.
Every day, thousands of people hit the road heading towards their dreams. But sometimes those dreams collide with a harsh reality. Auto accidents with 18-wheelers can change lives in an instant. That's why you need the experience and expertise of St. Martin and Bork. With over 50 years of experience, St. Martin and Bork have fought for justice for the victims of truck accidents.
If you've been in a wreck with an 18-wheeler, know your rights.
Call St. Martin and Bork today to schedule your free consultation.
an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Alford & Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And St. Martin and Bourke Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back to more Sports on the Bayou.
Did those fall?
All right, we are back, and this is we're going to pull some raffles today. So here we go. The first one, and Jasmine's help. Jasmine, who is the other young lady with you?
Gia Ezel. This is my brother's daughter, Jeremy Ezel.
All right, you ready to go?
Gia?
All right, here we go. So look, the first winner is going to win a $100 gift card to the Cypress Stop right up there on 311 in Savannah, all right? So, Gene, I know you burn a lot of fuel in that truck because you speed too much all the time. So we're going to see if we can get you one. All right, you ready? Let's pull one of those raffles.
She wants to spin it. Let her turn it a little bit. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, let's make sure it looks legal.
Yeah, get that thing going.
All right, open it up, pull one.
Go. Oh, one came out. Okay. You say it?
028136.
8136. What? I trust you. All right. You don't have to show me the ticket. We're on the honor system over here, all right? Good job. The second ticket is identical, and we're going to get to the third one, which Coach Rod donated another $100. Here we go.
Zero 028104.
Whoa!
No,
Miriam, you won.
Miriam wins again.
And Miriam wins. Give that to Aunt Miriam. Good job, Aunt Miriam. Got you the winning ticket.
Man,
it ain't rigged, trust me.
So wait, she wins 2 weeks in a row.
What would be worse if I ignored the ticket?
Come on, Aunt Miriam, 2 weeks in a row. I mean, Martin's like, oh, I have the winner right here, Aunt Miriam.
All right, the third one. This is a $475 value to go to the camp. This is the original offensive defensive line camp
that they have in June, right?
Coach Rod and Coach Jenkins. This is big time. So whoever wins can go to the school of their choice, give it to the head coach and say, I want one of your kids to go for free for $475. So you're winning, but you're giving back. This is a great opportunity. Let's pull it.
028108.
8108.
Nobody wants to go to camp.
Yeah. You got it. All right, Marie.
Oh.
So you can bring that to any head coach.
So who's your favorite school?
You can do what you want. That's yours.
Who's your favorite school? Who's like?
Terrebonne and Vanderbilt, flip a quarter, both good schools.
Okay, yeah, then you can give that.
All right.
Okay,
I love you so much, I don't want you to get flagged. We'll be right back. Coming up, a look at next week's game.
For 4 decades, Cardiovascular Institute of the South and Terrebonne General Health System have partnered to deliver a legacy of cardiovascular innovation. We lead the state in advanced programs and complex procedures that you won't find anywhere else. Our specialized treatments for peripheral vascular disease, artery and vein disease, heart valve and structure conditions, arrhythmias, and more attract patients from around the world. Together, we deliver the cardiovascular care that you deserve. Visit tgncis.com to learn more.
Since 1988, Quality Rental Tools has provided specialized products to the oil and gas industry. Our locations allow for quick service to both land and marine operations. At Quality Rental, our name represents our commitment to our customers. Our uncompromising principles help us us remain a strong and vibrant member of the oil and gas industry. To order any of our products for offshore and land needs, call us today at 1-888-922-3449. Quality Rental Tools. Our name says it all.
Sports on the Bayou is brought to you by Rouse's Markets, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Alford and Associates, protecting your business, benefiting your employees. And St. Martin and Bork Attorneys at Law. Know your rights. Now, back with more Sports on the Bayou.
All right, it's time to wrap things up with Sports on the Bayou, but just a little note. You know, when we see Skippy in the crowd and different people in the crowd, it's so good to talk about Skippy, but it's great to see his daughter and his grandkids who became great individuals, and that's by good leadership.
Yeah, that's about leadership, and you want to pass the torch and go forward because you look at your offspring. I have 6 grandkids. Man, my wife said I need to pay more attention to her, but she pays more attention, the grandkids. Everybody, you kind of, Rich, you might be the same way. You got your 2 grandsons.
They take your life over.
Because that's your legacy going forward.
We've lost Harry as a friend. He's always with the grandkids, so we barely see him. But
Still a friend, but
oh, you are. You know what I mean.
They're special. Grandkids are special.
Them bar days and all that, that's all gone.
That's all. Now you can still get a drink now and then. But, but you just don't need to hang out there for hours. Like, where the hell? It's 2 a.m. Why are you not home? Come on.
Yeah. But anyway, I want to wish everybody a happy New Year and a safe New Year.
And Martin, we got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Y'all need to come the last show next week. The Saints are playing Tampa Bay. This might be the only time the Falcons fans are cheering for the Saints. Because Tampa Bay has to win the NFC South 4 straight years to go to the playoffs. So can you believe it? The Falcons are cheering for the Saints.
And Stan's working on something big. So just trust me. You want to come next week, all right? You want to come next week. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
We love y'all. Be safe. Designated
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
See you next week.
Make it a great year, friend.
We'll see you next week on Sports on the Bayou.
Where sugar cane is grown, so much to see on HTV. Stick with us 'cause we're your home.